Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your US General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. And today is Sunday. As you can see, we just made it over to the storage unit. All right, we're about to get busy and dive right in. All right, and as I always state, as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background. My Dunkin' Donuts coffee. You already know. Okay. All right. Yesterday evening, a seller that I purchased the item from that I've been having a little mishaps with the package, and like I stated in my last video, I basically already technically got a temporary refund through my banking institution, but the seller did reach out to me yesterday, told me that they contacted the US Postal Service and that they're supposed to contact them back within the next 24 hours to give them a location on the package. And he asked, if the package was still sent to me, if I would to just send it back or if I still wanted, to just pay him. I told him I have absolutely no issues with that because I actually need the item. It's not like I'm a DIY or something like that, or I need it for home use. I told him that I am a mechanic. I do work in a professional field. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not at work, but that's not to say that, what I'm purchasing still is not technically needed. I'm preparing myself, to move along in my career to the next following shop at the prior moment. All right. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a few things. I do have quite a few things coming this week, so stay tuned for those videos. All of this week I'm going to be shooting out a different line of videos for a lot of different specific type of equipment. I have a special review that I want to give to the viewers. Technically, I wasn't supposed to receive the item until roughly Tuesday, but I did get a notification a little while ago that it may be delivered tomorrow. So if so, that that's always an A plus, because I would appreciate to be able to put that content together to give to the viewers out there. All right. But for right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at a few things when it comes to ratchets. All right. Between two brands such as Milwaukee and Snap-on. Okay. So I'm not going to take up too much more time in the introductory. We're going to dive right into it. We're going to get to it. So walk with me. Okay, as you can see, to start things off, as you could take a look at the side tray, what you're taking a look at is the Milwaukee 92 half-inch standard handle ratchet, and what you have is the 3/8 drive standard handle. Then you have the 1/4 inch drive standard handle. Then you also have the 3/8 universal roto head ratchet. As you can see, it has its 3/8 drive imprint on the handle, as you can see here. Throughout all the ratchets that I basically have in my selection, these are the only actual standard handles that aren't comfort grip. In my most earliest previous videos, I did have another line of ratchets. I had some proto professional ratchets. I had some Mac ratchets, quite a few other older craftsmen's, and what is it, Mac Tools expert ratchets. But in the most earliest videos, I used to have a 4-drawer US General tool cart, and when I got rid of that tool cart, the gentleman's father who purchased the cart for him, I threw the ratchets in on a deal with the cart, to boost the value. All right, so that's basically what that is. I did give him a nice decent amount of ratchets so that his son can get his job started, because during the time he had just got a job at the Toyota dealer. He's a new tech. So, I just basically want to set him out right so that he can get through a few jobs so that he could basically start upgrading his equipment. Okay. The 4-drawer US General tool cart that I sold him was a 4-drawer US General tool cart, but it was basically identical in how you see how I have the logos all around the cart, on the top of the hood, on the inside of the hood, and basically the front of the cart. So when you take a look at this US General 5-drawer tool cart, the 4-drawer US General tool cart looked identical. Okay. But like I said, these are the only standard handles that I actually have in my selection. And last previous videos in the past, I have pulled out each individual ratchet and go through them Oh, and to mistaken, I do have a 1/4 inch lock and flex head standard handle, quick release, as you can see here. Okay, but that's basically only the snap on that I have. As you can see, every other snap on is basically soft grip, comfort gripped handles. Okay, not just, down there. I also have two bent handle 3/8 drives, because the bent handle in its design is technically one of my most go-to ratchets out of most of the majority of them. And I really like my 18-inch locking flex head 1/2 inch drive, even though I do have the two 24-inch locking and non-locking. Okay, but I go to the 18-inch locking a whole lot much more. But when I do need the extra leverage, this is when, I'll back out the 24 inches. Okay. Okay, so basically, to get back to these brands of ratchets right here, if you follow my videos in the beginning, when I first started launching a lot of videos here on YouTube, I was always throwing up a lot of Milwaukee equipment, and as you can see, it got the Milwaukee logos everywhere and so on and so forth. What basically attracted me, not just, to the brand, or just, the quality of tools, but, when it comes to cordless and hand tools and things of that nature. um when I first got what was it? I believe the first service set, and I actually got the ratchet in hand. I basically kind of felt something, very specific when holding the ratchet, testically compared during the time to some other ratchets that I previously had. Okay, the ones that I had in the past, I was using mainly more as my go-tos and kind of harvesting, some of this other equipment in the drawers of the 4-drawer tool cart, preserving it more, waiting to basically get a new storage unit. Um, but as you can see, Client Graphics on his channel, he put out a particular video with stress tests amongst a lot of different brand ratchets out there. And as you can see, these Milwaukee 92s beat out the Snap-on and what other ratchet is it? I believe the Tecton ratchet. Okay. Um, as of late, when Milwaukee released its last set, which is the 1/2 inch drive, um, I I have that actual full set in SAE standard and metric. So this is what the 1/2 inch drive basically came with. This was one of the last purchases that I made through them, to complete the set, because these ratchets all come in service sets, and this is how I basically have these ratchets. I have all the sockets, SAE and metric, for these ratchets. Okay, just as well is this 3/8 roto head here, which comes in I believe it's a 12-piece 3/8 drive set. This ratchet is basically comes out of my Milwaukee backpack, so that when I'm moving around outside the shop doing independent work, I do have a whole nother list of line of equipment and tools in my bag. Okay, I have brake tools in there, I have auto entry tools, cordless tools, simple stuff to get simple jobs done. Anything mainly more that requires, different drive sizes or more heavier type work, I would have to basically assess the job first, and then I would come back and come with all the correct proper equipment, to complete a job. But to go into these ratchets here, like I said, when I first got them in hand, I did feel something with these ratchets. And then, not for nothing, when Client Graphics threw out that video, it just basically for sure me, of the purchases that I was making during the time and the sales, because this is not a tool truck brand ratchet right here, testically compared, to the Snap-ons. The Snap-ons are very expensive. Okay, each of them, they aren't cheap. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows tool truck brand quality equipment. Okay. But you do have some sets out there by Milwaukee that do, they're not up there, but their range is, is not as much as budget friendly, okay, as some other brands out there, okay. But the quality of these right here, I do like these right here, okay. In hand, they do feel good. They don't feel too bulky, okay. Not for nothing, the weight on this 1/2 inch drive right here is testically heavy. Anybody who've held this ratchet right here, they will know that. They will definitely tell you that, okay. um when it comes to the tooth count, as you can hear, it has a decent tooth count on a 1/2 inch drive. And then you can hear for the 3/8 drive. And then you can hear for the 1/4 inch. Okay. So yeah, these standard handles, they are very, very nice. And to give you an example of the 3/8 drive roto head, so that you can hear its tooth count. But yeah, they are testically decent, I may say. Out of my snap-on ratchets, how many 1/2 inch drives do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in snap-on, I have 4 different 1/2 inch drives. Okay, I have the 1/2 inch drive, 18-inch standard handle with comfort grip. Then I have the 18-inch locking flex head. Then I also have a 24-inch locking flex head and a 24-inch non-locking flex head that is sitting in a drawer. Okay, just as well as I have both roto heads here, which is the 1/4 inch bodies right here. This is 72 tooth design, so you could hear testically compared, to the snap-on and the Milwaukee. um I do have, as you can see here, is my 100 tooth roto head. So with the 100 tooth roto head, the tooth count is higher, okay, than this 1/2 inch, because this is a 100 tooth and this is a 90 tooth right here. Okay, the 100 tooth is very smooth. Pardon me for a second, so I could just move this out the way. As you could hear, okay. When it comes to the 100 tooth snap-on design, I do like this ratchet right here. Okay. When I go to this ratchet, I go to this ratchet in specific special applications. It's not used all the time, but it does come in handy when it's called upon and when I need to pull it. Okay, it does get the job done when I most need it to. Okay, so when it comes to the 100 tooth, there's some people out there that like the design. There's some people who do not like the design. I also like the call outs that they have out there, that's a little bit less expensive in comparison to some of the prices of some of this equipment out here. So, I would definitely suggest taking a look at those, for some DIYers or people, who home users, or if you're just a weekend warrior and you work in service on your vehicles, every once in a while. It's not always important, that you have to have the most highest quality, especially if you don't not work in a professional field and you don't put your equipment through the motions like that. Okay, so just give me a second. So, okay, now you can see I have my 18-inch snap-on lock and flex head side by side with the 1/2 inch Milwaukee standard handle, okay? And you could basically hear the smooth tooth count on a 1/2 inch, okay, compared to the Milwaukee 1/2 inch standard handle. Okay, the snap-on is very smooth. Okay, it is quality. That's not something technically that I have to point out to mechanics and technicians out there who are in the field, because we know the difference between quality and basically what is unquality. There are a lot of brands out there that are making excellent tools nowadays. Okay, so do your research. Okay, when it comes to whatever type of equipment you would like to invest your money in, or depending upon what type of applications and what type of work you basically do. Okay. Okay, so yeah, like I said, when I seen client graphics video on the stress test and the ratchets, which ratchet was the best video, you know, that video definitely for sure me of the purchases that I made when I did make them. Nothing never happens for absolutely no reason. So, I do appreciate when I did make the purchase. As you can see, I have basically the two top best ratchets basically that you can have out there. Okay, you don't necessarily have to purchase these ratchets and service sets if you do not do work like that. Okay, I believe that they do sell these ratchets individually now. Okay, where you could possibly pick them up online. I'm not quite sure whether you can get these in store. You might be able to in some places. I'm technically not sure. When I did pick up them service sets quite some time ago, I picked them up in a 50-piece set. What was it? Uh, each set I have from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch drive is the metric and SAE standard sets. I don't have the small sets. I have the biggest sets that all of these ratchets basically come with. Okay, but when doing your research, if you don't need the service sets, I do believe that they distribute and sell these ratchets individually. I'm not quite sure what the cost of them are, but I believe that they are available out there if you're interested in them. Okay. Like I always state, I'm not sponsored by any tool brand or any tool company or anything like that. Like if you follow my videos, you would know that I'm basically using all my own personal equipment. And right now, I'm just still building. I have a lot of equipment other than what you technically see in this video and this tool cart right now. What it is that I'm just basically waiting to get a new storage so that I can get the whole full layout. And some particular items, not all items that are in this cart, will be coming out of this cart and going into my new storage. Um, More enough in my way of thinking, I'm just more enough trying to get all the equipment together so that I can get my organization layout together for the storage unit, testically compared to the extra storage space that I'm going to need along after I put most of the majority of the core tools in the storage unit, testically compared to specialty tools that come in blow molded cases and diagnostic equipment and things of that nature that I also have. Okay, so that is another stagnated process, of me obtaining the right storage, because I do have a lot of tools. I don't want to just go out and invest in a particular storage unit, and then swapping from a card or bringing certain equipment from out the card and some other equipment that's not in a card to a new storage, and then I'm now loading up a whole box but not leaving myself but so much room for new tools. Okay, because everybody knows in this field, you never stop learning. Okay, and your work expands and you never stop investing in tools. Technology, vehicles are dramatically changing daily. Okay, so you have to change with the times. You got to know that. You got to be intelligent, stay on top of your craft, stay learning constantly. Okay, so that's just basically about that on that end. So that's that's the stagnated process right now on a storage unit. It's not to say that, I can't afford the storage unit or nothing like that, because as you can see, as I'm bringing you tool reviews or, just randomly shooting footage, I'm showing you thousands of dollars of equipment. It's not just a couple of $100 or a couple of pennies, or your everyday friendly budget equipment. I'm showing you a lot of top of the line brand equipment. Okay, so that's just basically what it is. It's nothing to brag about or nothing like that. I just get into my craft, you understand what I'm saying, just as well as any other technician, any other mechanic out there in a professional world, in a professional settings, that do what they do. Okay. Okay, so yeah, if you missed yesterday's video, check that out. Like I said, I do have quite a few things coming this week. I got some specialty sockets coming in. I'm just technically waiting to finish off this SAE standard, the last little bit of it that I need to take care of, so I can dive right into some of my other specialty stuff, such as flare nut socket sets and a little bit of 12 point. I don't need much 12 point, but I do need 12 point in certain sets. Okay, so I will be looking to obtain and get those things out of the way real quick, as the weeks go along. you know if you follow my videos, you would see what I basically have. And as things is coming along, when I did move everything from out the shop, I never got an opportunity to really put everything in the video. I did try to break the video down into two different videos, but in those two different videos, you still only seen specific equipment. You still technically really haven't seen everything. I'd rather save that into, I get the tool storage to give everybody a good, nice tool haul, nice quality video. I would like to have one of my associates come in that, they um, film professional films and videos and things like that, in the music entertainment field. So I would like to get with them, and shoot this idea out to them, you know what I'm saying, so that we could put something together, get it out to the viewers and things like that. All right, so until that time, like I always state, this is your US General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend out there. Until this week coming, like I said, I got some things coming along, so stay tuned. Gonna check you later. Peace.